Hello everyone, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about the Sturzhau today. I mentioned it before. I've done some detailed videos where I do combinations, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit more in isolation. So the Sturzhau comes to us from Mayer, and basically it is the plunging strike. Okay, so this is the position that we see Mayer take. So it's a plunging blow. Obviously, it's going to work great against a shield. So basically, we're coming over the top, and we're going, basically we're dropping behind the shield. So we do it on this side. We can also do it on that side. Let me grab a sword and shield, and we'll do it with that now. With the sword and shield, it works especially great because you have the added protection of the shield, and basically it's basically the same position that Mayer shows us. Elbow up, sword plunging down. Okay, you can do it off to the side of your shield. You can do it over the top of your shield. So you can do different variations with this. Okay, so basically it's just going to come up. Basically what you're doing with this is as you throw the sword, you're generating all your speed from back here, and then when the sword gets to that point over there, the sword's got no place to go, and you just let it roll down. So it just, if you just throw the sword out, you'll see that it naturally wants to roll down. So it's a very, very natural motion. Now, there's also another variation of this I've seen. We see it in I-33, where basically with the buckler, they're in this position here. There's also a medieval image that I've seen, some artwork, where you have a knight wearing mail and a mail coif and a bassinet, and he's using this against another knight in armor, and basically you see him end up in this position like that. Now with I-33, I can imagine that if somebody's not wearing anything on the top of the head, you might be able to just use your wrist to generate enough power to hit somebody on the top of the head, and I'm pretty sure that it'll be annoying. But if somebody's wearing a mail coif or any type of a nasal cap, you gotta generate a little bit more power. With the Type X swords, the way I generate that power is with a rotational cut. So basically, okay. Now with this type of a sword, I don't use too many rotational cuts because basically it is a Type 14. It's a lot lighter, a lot faster. So with this type of a sword, the way I make this shot is I'll bring my tip in, and so it is a rotational cut, but I'm not doing a full rotation. What I'm doing is I'm bringing the tip back. I'm raising my elbow, okay, which is stretching out my lat muscles, and now basically I'm bringing down my elbow, and that motion is what's generating the power. So I'm not generating the power from the wrist. I'm generating the power from my back muscles, from my lats. And keep in mind that these muscles are intended to pull your full body weight up. These are the muscles that you use when you do chin-ups. So as you can imagine, it can generate a lot of power. Okay, so bring the tip in, over the top. Okay, so you end up in that image that we see in that medieval image. Let me step back a little bit more so you can see it. So tip in and over the top, and as you can see, hand stays behind the shield. Regardless how you throw that shot, hand is going to stay behind the shield. Okay, if I throw it like this, hand stays behind the shield. The big difference for me between these two shots is because they both get to the same place. If I throw it like this, it's going to get to the same place. If I throw it like this, it's going to get to the same exact spot. The big difference is in what shot it sets up as your secondary shot. Because what's going to happen is if I throw it over the top like this and I got elbow up, I'm now set up to take the middle half on the right side. So this shot, elbow up, sets up the right middle half. If I do it like this, that's not going to set up the left side middle half. Okay, so left side middle half. So depending on where I want to go is going to determine which shot I throw. If I see that my opponent is keeping their shield more to their left side, more to that side, that means I probably want to go to that side. So that means I'm going to throw that shot and then go there. If I see that they're holding the shield a little bit more flat and bringing it across their body, well, that means I'm going to want to go to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that shot, and then from there, go to there. So that's the main difference for me, because either way gets to the same place. It's just a question of where do you want to go after? Do you want to go left side middle how or right side middle how? I mean, of course, it could also be, you know, if I throw that shot, I mean, I can also, you know, come in over here, because you might have somebody that's holding a guard like this. Okay. If I have somebody that's holding a guard like this, right? When I throw that shot like that, what that's going to do is they're going to sword block it. They're gonna, you know, as you can see between my sword and my shield, there's a V that forms, right? So what's going to happen is if I throw that shot, that's going to basically kind of, you know, they're going to brace their sword there to catch that blow. Okay, so from there, I'm just going to basically throw it right there into that opening. So that's, you know, a different way to think of the shot. Don't always throw about don't always think about the shot that you're throwing. Think about the second and the third shot that you're gonna throw after that. Okay, and all these strikes are historical. They all come from Lichtenauer, you know, Mayer, Lakushner, all these, you know, Littner. These are all historical strikes. It's just a question of how, you know, what combinations and permutations do we use? How do we combine them? You know, how do, you know, where are the openings in somebody's defense, and how do we further exploit that? So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it. If you're not a member, subscribe. See you guys next time.